So the leading candidate that you've been hearing coming to Detroit is Michael Porter Jr. And every time those rumors come out, I see all of the Pistons Twitter like basically shutting it down. Like we're saying that that's not true. They haven't been looking at him, and you never know what's true and what's not when reports like that come out. I tend to like it could be the Nets trying to drive up his value so they can get rid of him, or not get rid of him, but trying to drive up his value, create like a bidding war, or get teams frantic like, oh, they're gonna come sweep him out from under us. But just to talk about Michael Porter Jr. real quick in the season he's been having, he's averaging 25.8 points, 7.8 rebounds on 41% shooting from three. That is a crazy, crazy leap from his time with Denver. Like I think the most he averaged in Denver, I want to say is like 18. That's just off the top of my head, maybe 19. Like he was never given this big of an offensive role, and the fear that you always had was that it was because of Jokic. Like he was only scoring because of the attention Jokic was getting, the shots that he was creating for him. But he's shown like no. He can score efficiently, by the way. He can get a bucket, and his shot selection is a little questionable at times. Him and Cam Thomas, but he makes the shots. He's scoring like I don't know. I am very impressed with the leap he's taken. I didn't know that he had this in him, and I know it's on a bad team. And I know, yeah, like he's on a bad team, and that's what always going to be the pushback. But I still think it's impressive to, he's averaging 26, shooting 41% from three. He's been very efficient, and I think he can help a bunch of teams in the NBA right now. And I don't know if he actually gets moved. I don't know if the Nets actually go ahead and do it. A lot of teams, they talk about trading guys, but they always end up standing back. And especially in the past couple of seasons, guys aren't really getting traded that often, unfortunately. But as for MPJ on the Pistons, the kind of trade package that you see is some combination to make the salaries work of Tobias Harris, Karis LeVert, and some draft compensation, maybe a first round pick, like a protected first, or to a swap or a swap in a second, like because his value isn't crazy high, but he still has value. But I am personally not the biggest fan of this trade, simply because I think losing Tobias Harris, like yes, MPJ is light years ahead of him offensively. Like our offense would obviously take a major leap, major leap. And I think MPJ would fill in a lot of that. Like he doesn't always get a bucket for himself, but he's like an aggressive spot up shooter, kind of like Duncan Robinson. It provide more spacing for Asar and Duran. Like I think that would have great benefits on them. But that kind of takes away I think Tobias Harris, like I don't Ron Holland, yes, he's a forward defender for us, but he's still small. Like I say small in comparison, like me, but he's small as in terms of like his weight compared to like Tobias. Tobias is a bigger, stockier guy. He's a little taller. And Tobias is he's our forward defender. Like he's the guy who when we play Paulo, he's guarding him. When we play Bron, he's guarding him. When we play Kawhi and we play Scotty, like you go down the list, that's our guy. And Tobias Harris obviously isn't Scotty Barnes on defense, but he's not a bum. He does I think he does a formidable job guarding guys, and I think that'll be the kind of what do you lean more into, like offense or defense? Personally, I lean more into defense. I think finishing possessions, rebounding, getting stops I lean a little bit more into that in terms of like identity, especially as you get to the playoffs. I think it's a little more important because you're gonna find a way to score, whether it's difficult or not. Like I don't know. I just think getting stops is a bit more important and it's a bit more reliable. Like you're not always gonna make shots. You're not always going to make open shots, but you can always go out there and defend. You can always go out there and rebound. I think bringing in a guy like MPJ would upset our defensive balance a little more than I'm okay with. Like I don't want to see MPJ out there being the guy guarding, Bron and Paulo and Kawhi. It's like I don't want to see that. I've seen him I've seen him as a defender with Denver. I've seen him as a defender in Brooklyn. He's a good rebounder. He can serve as like a secondary rim protector at times, but you don't want him being your on ball. Like, yeah, you don't want that. And I think that causes issues because if he is like Asar, like he's better guarding, like, ones, twos, smaller threes. Like, he can go out there and guard like bigger guys, but that's not his strong suit. You want him guarding, the best perimeter player. And then I think that puts Cade in a position where, yes, Cade can go out there and guard those guys. Like, he's big enough to guard Apollo. He's big enough to guard a Bron. He's big enough to guard a Kawhi. But he's also our only shot creator and initiator. And I think that's too much to ask of him to, hey, we need you to go. Usually forwards are the team's best player. We need you to go guard Denny Avia the entire night, and then also give us 30 and create, 12 assists and 8 rebounds, and don't turn the ball over and score efficiently. Like, that's what superstars do. And I think if he needed to, like in the fourth quarter, you see him do it a lot. He'll switch on the guys, but you'd prefer not to have him, worried about getting into foul trouble guarding guys and things like that. So that's kind of why I sway away from that MPJ side of things. If we wouldn't got him, I wouldn't hate it. I think he'd help our team. I think he'd help our team like immensely, but it's that defense where I kind of have pushback.